And this is the Check-In Show. I am Paul Ash. With me is Mike Gamache, Claudio Capri, and our special guest is AC Valiante. Welcome.
Welcome,
How is
AC.
everybody?
Hello.
Boom,
Hello.
boom, boom. Let's put AC into the hot seat. AC, you there you are. Get the big window and everything. How are you doing? How have you been? How have you been surviving? This is welcome to everybody who's watching. This is all about surviving our time here. For those unfamiliar with AC, AC is one of the co-producers of the Otaku Comedy Show. You can follow them at Otaku Comedy Show on Instagram. But what has been your survival techniques? You early on, you actually did some what was it? Your anime workout on pictures on, was it Twitter or Instagram? You were doing that.
We posted on Twitter, but we also did post on Instagram and Facebook. Like we kind of made it a big deal. Yeah, I could talk more about that if you like. Okay, so I mean, like as an otaku, I have a lot of hobbies, and those are pretty much the things that have been keeping me keeping me sane over the last like year or so. And I noticed that at the beginning of the pandemic, Netflix was really stepping up their anime game. Like they really put a lot of good series on online, and I was like, okay, I'm watching all these shows. Why not do something funny with it, you know? So I also decided that I wanted to start getting in shape a little bit. So I kind of use this as an excuse / joke to do it. So there's this anime called One Punch Man where the main character Saitama gains superpowers. He becomes ultra, like the most superpowered character in the whole series by training every day, by doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and running 10 kilometers every day, right? And he becomes the most powerful person in the whole like world, universe, whatever it is in the series by doing that.
He puts Superman to shame. Sorry, I have to translate to Mike.
Yeah.
Anime. Basically, his hair all falls out, but he puts Superman to shame.
Yeah.
And the reason they call him One Punch Man is he never has to punch anything more than once.
Yeah. If he ever does punch more than once, it's intentional. Like he doesn't go full force. So anyway, so I decided I would try my own fitness program where I do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and watch 10 hours of anime every day.
And of course, the push-up and the squats, that came after the 10 hours, which you might have been just too exhausted to do the other parts too.
Exactly. I did what I could, you know.
Well, priorities, you know.
Yeah. So that's
I can see how that's really refined your shape. You're so, oh my God, you're so cut.
My shape, yeah. Round is a shape, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not two-dimensional. You're not two-dimensional.
I think all of us are pretty round, so.
Call me Blowfish. What?
Yeah.
Hold it. Did I just become a Bond villain?
That's Blofeld.
Blofeld, right. And just a little update from last week. Mike, did you finally watch the Right Bo Burnham special?
Yes, I did. And no, I mean, there was obviously an evolution from the previous one, but I also found that he was, I hate to say formulaic, but he was a little bit still hacky.
What hold it. What was hacky about the burrito?
No, the burrito bit was good, but some of his stuff, I find some of his stuff is like I was watching it, and I could sort of see the punchline coming, so it was like, you know, I mean, I know he's branching out into other things. He's doing more acting now, and he's obviously got musical talent. So it's like, I think that his, you know, like I said, I don't think he's really. I wouldn't classify him as a comic who does other things. I would classify him as somebody who's an entertainer, but who also does stand-up comedy. So my opinion. That's all. Don't hate me.
And Claudio, what have you done in this past week that might be a little bit different? You've been enjoying the weather. You've been posting about the weather.
Yeah, and then also I've been getting back into writing screenplays. So I'm working on a franchise I've been working since high school. So I've just been sitting down. So far, I have 38 pages, and
High school.
Yeah, no, because I've been rewriting. I've been rewriting this idea over and over again. I'm like, so as soon as I had one story complete, I just threw everything out, and I'm like, okay, I have to restart. And plus, my writing back then, and Alex could be what's that word I'm looking for? Yes, you can get that my writing back then was atrocious. Yes. And then like as I was going on, like I've been developing different ideas, different story, different concept. So now I'm finally like I downloaded Arc Studio. I'm like, you know what, let me get my ideas into like a screenplay, and then from there we'll see where it goes. But yeah, no, writing has been keeping me busy.
The most impressive thing I learned from what you just said is that AC's real name's Alex. No, but good on you. Good on you for doing the writing.
My man by many names.
Thank you.
Can you give us a glimpse of your synopsis, or can you give us an idea?
Yeah.
Or do you want to hold it? Just in case Asylum Pictures is out there.
Yeah.
They might just copy your idea. Hey, Alessandro.
Hey, Alessandro.
Alessandro's there.
How are you?
I am younger than you, but I'm already on my third novel.
Sure. No,
I'm happy you could read.
But basically, what I'm basically the whole story is because I love reading up on supernatural and basically involvement with the CIA. So it's a mixture of that. Plus mixture of like superhero films like X-Men, Justice League, and this rolled into one. So and the Matrix. So it's like a sci-fi. So it's like a sci-fi cyberpunkish action thriller. So I'm working on that, and the movie is just the opening of the idea, and then I have seasons about the story, about the protagonist and about the antagonist, and there's like a lot of themes I want to focus on as well.
So low budget.
and hopefully, you know what, at this point I'm like, because there are a lot of things I really want to do, and that's why and this is for me. That's why I want to improve stand-up so I can make a name for myself, right? So I have enough credits to be, hey, this is what I've been working on. This is what I've been writing. What do you think? Like, I want to pitch this idea, and then hopefully you'll pick up.
Well, work it.
Yeah, does it involve?
Yes,
actually, yeah, it does. Because it's as Paul mentioned. If I mention the whole story right now, there might be what was the word you were using? Silent.
No. Asylum. Asylum Pictures are the ones that they put out the movie Atlantic Rim.
Yeah,
they do all the knockoff movies.
Yes,
right.
like Transmorphers.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was bad. That was so good that it was bad. I'm like, wow, Tommy Wiseau the Room's is a masterpiece compared to Transmorphers.
Are they on a par with? Are they on the par with the people who produced Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and that jar?
No. The Attack of Killer Tomatoes, that was done at least kind of with heart. These are the same people who also do Sharknado.
Okay.
And what is it? Sharktopus versus
Mega.
The thing about Sharknado is that it's actually
Jose. This is just we're checking in with everybody, and everybody out there, please check in with us. Let us know that you're surviving the pandemic. Have a little bit of fun and share survival stories, etc. So welcome to coming into this. Jose, is it Jose or Jose? Jose Lambido.
That's
welcome.
Yeah, Alex, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was gonna say the thing about Sharknado is that it's an original concept, so to speak, right? Like it's a series that was made on its own to have that as the central concept, like a shark tornado, right? And the same for Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Killer Tomatoes from Outer Space, But when it comes to stuff, when like Transmorphers, it's clearly a rip on another film series, right? Like, I don't know if you guys ever watched Turkish Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's another one. It's a classic.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, the Turkish Star Wars basically was created because copyright laws in Turkey, because that's not the actual name of it, but the copyright laws in Turkey just basically do not exist. So they lifted footage from Star Trek and Star Wars, and then just inserted little sketches in between to drive their own story. And that's what Turkish Star Wars is.
Yeah. By the way,
what would you call that? Sorry, go on.
Copyright infringement.
People who desperately need money, but hey, that's the thing, right?
No, the thing is because they can't copyright their own work, so like they're free to be ripped off as well. They're like fans. They're sort of like they went with the non-legal way and non-moral way of doing Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like Mystery Science Theater 3000 buys the rights or gets control of the rights of the film. That's why some episodes of the old series you can't get on DVD anymore, because the deal that they had to get the rights for whatever film that they were mocking has expired, and they can't get it back, or it's not worth it for them to get it back.
So the Turks are essentially dealing with science friction.
Yes.
By the way,
because they irritate everybody by doing it.
Yeah, true. Hey, has anybody seen the new the standard cut Justice League?
Nope.
I saw
Nope.
it was.
Is it free? Or is there an extra ticket on HBO?
No, it's you have to for HBO. Obviously, HBO Max in the States, it's like you have to pay for it. But if you go on Crave.
Mike's wife do whatever he's hand gesturing for.
And then so Crave TV, you have which is part of HBO. You have to pay for it, but I have because I have Videotron, and I have to pay for it. But
like Wonder Woman was on Crave as well, but you have to pay an extra $24 to actually watch it. With the Snyder Cut, do you actually have to pay an extra?
Yes,
you do.
Yes, you do. And in Canada, only.
Yeah, but where am I, Claudio? I'm just on the other side of the island from you. That's all. It's you kind of know I'm in Canada.
No, but it was really good. It was really good. I was for what it was. It was 4 hours and 2 minutes. Was it worth the money? Yeah, it was. In my opinion, it was, and it's also in chapters as well. All right, so you don't have to. So if you don't have time to watch the full 4 hours and 2 minutes, you could watch different chapters. They're like less than 10 minutes. So it was well done, and it put Joss Whedon to shame. Let's just say that.
Yeah, but the budget that Joss had, because like most of it was already filmed before Joss Whedon got involved. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and defend Joss Whedon though. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly. He used to be my idol.
Not dying on that hill.
He used to be my idol, but
Cabin in the Woods.
Yes,
there's a Joss Whedon film.
Yeah.
Do you realize that there's like a window shining through my brick wall behind me?
Yes.
Yeah, we see it a little bit, just a little.
Yeah.
Outline.
So let's move. If you can just move a little bit, that would.
Maybe I should open up the house a little bit.
There we go. Okay, that's much better. Much better. Much better.
This is how you pretend you don't live in a crappy apartment.
I think I can see the watermark on the bottom there.
That's where the dog piddled. The watermark. This is AC. I got to point out, you've got a calyx behind you. But you've got everything covered up. Is that because you also work as a teacher and you don't want the kids to see your porn? Like, why are you not displaying everything like you can in a calyx, such as I'm doing right here?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I have a very simplistic design for my office. Like, it's really nothing special. Yeah, I just keep my office supplies in there. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Like I keep all my porn somewhere else. So I would never bring that to somewhere professional. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
He's got a design
Yee.
that puts him a step above. I actually remember the first time I saw you perform, AC.
oh boy.
Yeah. I think I talked to you after.
Mm-hmm.
And I did talk to the other two performers who I now realize it included Claudio.
It's very likely. We did kind of start around the same time. Like it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Alessandro saying the bell money is getting Paul a nice place. And he's written 3 novels. Just, you know what? I'm haranguing everyone today, and payback's going to be painful. I know. But yeah, no, it's like when you did comedy, I noticed something about you that was a different, AC, and that's kind of, I think I approached you, and then I think I praised you and gave you shit at the same time, which is something I normally do. Yeah, I do. Claudio knows. Claudio goes, yep. He's the guy with the stick.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of that? Do you remember where it was? I know where it was.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think I remember where it was too. I think I may have been there.
Oh.
Were you and I talking and I was like shitting on all the acts?
No, I don't. Not that night.
Not that night. Okay.
No, I think it was one of your good nights, Paul.
Was it?
I wasn't drinking. Was
it at the Comedy Nest? I think it was at the Comedy Nest. No. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so. It was probably more of a dive place. I think.
Shall we remain
on the count of 3?
Yes, we shall not name it.
No. Let's all say it at the same time. On the count of 3.
Okay.
1,
2, 3. Comedy.
Lunatic.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. Oh my god, I remember.
It's probably unique.
Yeah, no, it probably was because
Yeah.
I remember because before we continue, Paul, because I remember the first time I met all of you. That's when I had 2 jobs, and I could only do comedy on Saturday. So the genius that I was, well, I mean, I couldn't quit yet because I still have to pay off my school debt. But then I'm like, you know what? If I stay here, I'm probably gonna go places. And then Paul's like, and then Paul and Alex, and I think you were like you 3 turned to me, and mostly Paul. Paul's like, Claudio, you know, the fact that you have 2 jobs is awesome. I still remember what you said, Paul, to this day. He goes, the fact that you have 2 jobs is awesome. He goes, but don't overwork it. But if you want to, keep doing comedy, he goes, don't do you, Nick. He literally gave me that look. Goes, run away, Claudio.
I might not have said it quite that way. I think I might have said, this is not going to give you the same response as any place else.
Yeah, exactly. You said that, but you congratulating me on the 2 jobs, and you are wondering how I was doing it every single day. But then as soon as we all go on stage, we're all
I just realized how that's not really sounding that positive when you talk to a comedian. You have another job, you can support yourself. Oh, good. All right. Good.
Yeah, don't quit that one. Don't.
Yeah. It's like don't quit, but it's okay. Come here, and then you're and then this is your success. This is how big as because honestly, because I was an idiot back then, still is, but back then I'm like, oh crap, with him, and he goes,
hold on, just a second, just back up a moment, Claudio. Did you just hit yourself just so I wouldn't have the chance to put the funny in?
No. Here's the thing.
I was an idiot back then. I still am now.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. I thought with the person who was running that.
I'm not going to say anything about that person.
No.
Exactly. I thought I was gonna.
That's not positive.
Yeah.
But then I'm like,
about
positive talking. Yeah. But anyways, all I'm saying is that, man, I thought I was gonna, but then my eyes were open, and then I quit my second job. I'm like, oh, all right, oh crap, this is how it is. Wow, there's like I literally when I went to other comedy rooms, like, wow, this is other comedy rooms.
like, to be fair, we were at a very early stage in our comedy development
Yeah.
at the time, you know,
Yeah,
like we were still
exactly.
just starting to work things out and see what
Yeah.
worked and what didn't. And like, I think back to like my first sets, like back, like when I first started my first year of comedy, and it's so cringe. Like,
Yeah.
everything from when you start out is cringe. Stuff
Yeah.
I did when I first got on stage was like,
5 years from now, probably a lot of the stuff that
Yeah.
all of us are doing right now, we're all gonna kind of cringe at.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's a good thing. It's a sign of of progression and growth in our profession.
it's
you know,
it's the evolution of the craft.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
so
I
You know,
the thing
you
that
don't
struck me-
start you don't start off painting masterpieces. You got to do sketching. You got to do things that look okay but aren't fantastic. Then you move into getting better. It's like anything you try in life. You got to start small and you got to move it up.
It's the thing that struck me though, AC, was when you were up there, you were actually talking about parts of your life, and also about you were not doing topics that you think people would laugh at. Like, you were doing stuff that kind of made you laugh, and it was more honest and confessional, whereas other people were doing the premises that, you know, all kind of starting comics deal with. And I think that's what struck me about you. Did I just say something kind about somebody? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
You
think
got to
so.
check yourself.
Alessandro saying the reason my grammar is terrible because I'm working with one hand and writing with my other hand.
Writing.
Yeah.
Working.
Is that what they're calling it today?
Don't splash whatever your work is on us. Make sure you don't hit the screen. Don't get it in your keyboard there, Alessandro.
I mean, you could, but I mean, like what do we care?
Well, he's watching. We're happy they're watching.
Yes.
Anyone who's watching, just say hi to us in the chat, for sure. Talking about like growing as a comedian. That's one of the things. So this is sort of a companion show. This is the check-in show, and it's sort of a companion to They Talk Funny, which is more in-depth interviews with comedians. So I just kind of want to remind everybody that tonight, 31-year veteran of the Canadian comedy scene, who's worked internationally, who's done Just for Laughs, Winnipeg Comedy Festival, Halifax Comedy Festival, and has embraced the Zoom shows quite heavily. Alberta comedian Corey Mack is going to be my guest. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. So Corey Mack. If you want to check it out, and we're going to be talking about comedy writing, comedy theory, as well as how everything has been happening in the past year.
Yeah, I must commend you, Paul. That series that you've put together, very, very, very good. I mean, there's lots of insights. There's lots of things for up and coming comics to glean from your shows,
Even
and even established comics. And you give the people that you have on free reign to really explain what their trip, their voyage through comedy has been, and it's kudos.
It's like Leonard Chan taught me something new last time, and then just last week with the special Thursday show, because the comedian was in the UK, Alison June Smith. I loved how we got to get in depth about, I present my theory to her about the 4 skills that every comedian must have. And she was really happy that I separated 2 of them, because she felt most people sort of lump those 2 together, and she stated how much they are so very different from each other. So, hi, how's everybody going? Everybody got quiet on me. This is the ASMR
that was the difference between your stage presence and your stage persona, right? Is that what you're referring to, Paul?
Nope. Not
No.
at all.
Okay.
Presence and persona actually are sort of interchangeable. Stagecraft.
Okay.
Stagecraft is like knowing when you're in the light, how to hold the microphone. For actually, both of you two have suffered from me talking about mic control. I mean,
oh boy, yeah.
You don't feel as threatened as Peter Bowen does when I talk about it, but she jumped on and doubled down on what I say about mic control, and she explained, like, because like some, you're in the good places, and they got a technician who's monitoring you and all that, but some of the places you go to, it's crap sound, and there's comedians who don't understand how to use a microphone. They're not going to be heard by a third or 2/3 of the audience. So how are those people going to laugh?
Right.
Get your jokes.
I've done shows without a microphone, by the way. Claudio can attest to this.
Oh dear God!
It's a totally different dynamic. You really have to, like, there's a lot to work around.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed, and I think you commented on when I was first starting, is that I really had a tendency to stick to the mic, like stay really close to it. And I don't know if it's because I was nervous or like I was still getting my bearings on stage, but like it's still something I catch myself starting to do, or at least I was starting to do that. And then like I would slowly kind of just pick up the mic and start walking around and doing other stuff. But yeah, that's a technique. I think that's kind of a rookie mistake.
Well, it's
people who don't approve this.
Yeah, exactly. But you have to learn, because it's not a natural thing. You don't go through life with a stick of
With a
magic talking stick in your hand. So it's, a lot of people just speak out loud and like I've been in situations where I've done stand up without a mic too, and I have a very booming voice, and it carries, and I mean, sometimes the mic is cut out on me and people still hear me. So,
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I remember. I remember this one time. While it was, I believe it was at the Nest. It was before the current lockdown. My last 2 minutes, and then I still had 2 minutes left, right? Because there was no red light blinking. So as I was doing my joke, as I was getting to my punchline, the mic cuts out on me. And then I'm like, but thank God, like, I still went with it.
Went overtime?
No, I didn't go overtime. I was still happy because I was able to just keep going, even though even though the mic cut out. So I'm like, all right. So and then Theo went gave me a new mic. So I'm like, oh, thank God, it was good. I'm happy. I'm proud of myself.
That's perfect timing. Like, joke telling is all about timing, right? So
yeah. Or someone, I'll never forget this. I was at an open mic show and someone had the mic, and then she just threw the mic off the stage. So because she wanted to explain something, but she ended up doing this, but she just ended up whipping the mic, and I'm like, wow. And then, but obviously, you know what?
Mics are not cheap.
I know.
Yeah.
But the producer was not like producer said, just be careful next time, and but then I'm like, Jesus Christ, like if that was me, like if I was a producer and I saw that, I'd be like on the floor. I'm like, it's $150 mic. Why are you destroying my mic? But no, these are common mistakes.
I just got reminded of an old joke I haven't done in a while. Do you guys mind if I
No, go ahead.
Doing comedy is a lot like doing mushrooms, because
I remember that.
With both, timing is important.
Not bad. Not bad.
And you can be easily distracted by things you weren't really expecting, and suddenly you're thrown off, and there you go.
Sure.
And
that was a timing thing, Mike. That was
yes, I know.
God damn it, Mike! Keep up with the program, all right, Mike? No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Keep up with the time, Mike.
Oh, keep up with the time. Hey.
So a lot of my friends are saying that Falcon and the Winter Soldier is way too long a title for something that we're going to be discussing a lot. Like Wanda Vision was nice and short, and so people were coming up, and so I just kind of dropped the bomb: Falcon and Snowman. But so many people didn't get the joke because Falcon and the Snowman was a Timothy Hutton, Sean Penn movie, based on real events. Yeah. So espionage. Considering that this show is supposed to be a little bit about espionage.
I know I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I did finish Wanda Vision.
How was
What
it?
did you think? Did you watch it, AC?
No, I haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah,
Okay, without spoilers.
I liked it. That's all I'm gonna do because AC didn't see it yet, so I'm not gonna go into details. But I'm like, holy crap, this is good, and it's gonna open up so many doors to the other upcoming Marvel films.
I will. I'm gonna have to say it left a lot of Easter eggs and then canceled them.
Yeah.
Like it like they gave a lot of hints of something that was coming, and then not only did they not fulfill, but they also completely undercut. So they're those Easter eggs. What you think is happening is not actually what's happening.
There's a term for that, right? It's Chekhov's gun or something like that. They
Chekhov's
left
gun.
a lot.
Yeah, that's well. It's not only that, but they Chekhov's gun is if you in the first act you see a gun, it's gonna be used by the third or second act. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's like in the first act they showed the gun, and then in the very last episode they showed that there's no bullets in it.
But here's the thing. I'm not, and here's the thing. It opened up through the doors of.
Analogy.
I'm only gonna sing the theme song. I'm not going to.
No way.
But it's not going to be called
Nah.
X-Men. They're calling it the mutants.
that was one of that was one of the bullets that was removed. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, they're doing that, but they really cut a lot of that out.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, obviously they're gonna. Well, I mean, in that film,
all right, you AC hasn't seen it, so I'm
it's
gonna
better.
say it.
All I'm saying is better than New Mutants. That's for sure.
God, fuck you. New Mutants was far better a film than it was given props to. It had nowhere near the budget Wanda Vision had.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I didn't know this was going to become an episode of Battlecom, Paul.
Hey, listen to me. You know what? Listen.
Hold it. The next Battlecom is going to be this Monday, though, and we've got an amazing lineup. Yeah, we've got Mark Wynn from Calgary, member of the 404s improv troupe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we've got Monica Hamburg is going to be on. We have Vivith Kanagaratnam is on, and we have Scott Andrew Carter on. So it's a good lineup. Erica Tadeo, of course, is co-hosting with me, and some of the battlefields are a lot of fun. So here I am advertising me other shows.
And then we'll go back to X-Men.
I've been seriously. I took a voice acting class, a workshop kind of thing, which it gave me a nice enough demo, but I didn't feel like it was intense enough.
Okay.
Hopefully, my teacher is not watching right now. By the way, hit like if you're liking the show. It's actually on that side. And I've been looking at the one that Steve Bloom runs. So he does an online voice acting course, and I've been really tempted to do it. And the reason why I'll just give you an idea. Like, he was the voice of Starscream in Transformers.
The movie or the cartoon?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's some intense voice acting there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He. I'm just trying to remember who he was on the X-Men cartoon, because I'm pretty sure he was. So he has guest teachers come in as well.
Man,
so yeah, he played all the Stormtroopers and Zeb Orrelios on Star Wars Rebels.
Nice.
He was Spike in Cowboy Bebop the movie. He was Wolverine. Sorry, on X-Men. I didn't want to say it.
Okay.
Just everything that he's. Man, his IMDb page is how many? Just. We got 781 acting credits.
Jesus.
Wow. He gets around.
IMDb. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets around, yeah.
So he's he's an incredible voice actor, and he runs this course, which isn't much more than the course I took from somebody based in Montreal. And it was just the fact that I took the one from the person based in Montreal because they're networked in with the Montreal scene, and it should help me get some more voiceover auditions here.
Okay.
So
okay.
But yeah, because he does it because he wants to see more good voice actors, more good,
better.
I think Alessandro's getting to Paul now. God damn it, Alessandro!
Damn it! I got a virus from his working.
But actually, you know what? Since we're talking about voice acting, like in Justice League, the bad guys all sounded the same. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I'm like, oh yeah, thank God
he has that voice.
Thank God, everybody, all the bad guys all look different. Or else I've been having what was it, Alex? Remember when we see Transformers 2, Starscream and Megatron look the same? So at one point, like, yo, who the fuck's talking? Like, God damn it! Like they look the same and they sounded the same. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I basically wiped my mind clean of any memory I had of Transformers 2. Like, that movie was terrible. So I really don't remember that, but I'm not surprised. Like I remember some terrible jokes, some terrible writing, terrible acting. It was just
Transformers 2. What is that?
Transformers 2. Yeah.
So you didn't even get up to like Curse of the Fallen or whatever?
No. I stopped after the second one. I was like, no, I cannot waste any more brain cells.
But
I don't know. I don't know about that. Like one of my favorite movies of all time is Kung Pao. Which I wouldn't exactly consider to be an intellectual film.
I'll take that back. I'll take it back what I just said.
So,
Kung Pao is really good.
Speaking of good voice acting, right?
there was actually a Kung Pao short film that was done about 5 years earlier that was part of the Just for Laughs Shorts program. I think it was the same people. It was just sort of like like Just for Laughs had South Park in their shorts program before they became household names, before they had their series.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the best one. I think he's saying Transformers 2. He's saying that's the best one. I might be mistaken.
No.
All right.
I hope not.
Now this explains the fedora. This really explains the fedora. You know what? I had an audition for a voice role that I thought I nailed and I didn't get, and I'm so hurt. And I want to see when the movie comes out who they got doing the voice.
Who they chose,
because just not. I don't think they could have been better than me. It was just a minor role. It was the pickle vendor.
Vin Diesel.
It's just
a role you were born to play.
I really, it was the entire thing is the guy is sarcastic. He's crusty. He's like the kid comes up to him to ask him for directions. The main character comes up to him and he goes, if I can remember the line verbatim, it's been like 6 months since I did the audition, but what you want to do, kid, is you want to head straight down I don't care Boulevard. Turn left in, there's buy a map straight. All right? Just get out of my face, kid. That's the way I'm going to say, hey, lady, you want to buy a pickle? I love that. Yeah, I got gherkins. I got garlic pickles. I think they were afraid I'd steal the show.
Maybe yep. I would have bought a pickle.
Of course you were terrified. Mike, I saw your face while I was doing that. You peed a little bit.
Yeah. It was like, oh my God, please don't hurt me.
AC, what have you been watching? Like, give us a rundown of some of the anime. Have you seen the Demon Slayer movie? Is it available out here yet?
Well, actually, speaking of Demon Slayer, I just finished the anime on Netflix. Still waiting for the next season to be released. I don't know about the movie. I typically don't watch many anime movies in general, but like I as far as I know, like I don't know if it's up yet.
It outsold Titanic. So
really?
I kind of want to. Yeah, and
wait,
it's supposed
the
to
Demon
be
Slayer
taking
movie.
Place, yeah, and it's supposed to take place between season 1 and season 2. So it's all about what's going to happen on the train. So if you just watch season 2 after watching season 1 of Demon Slayer,
Okay.
where they're about to head out to go face whatever this thing is on this train,
Yeah.
then you will not, then you'll miss everything that happens on the train. So you need to see the movie.
Oh my gosh. That sounds awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. Then I hope they put it on Netflix because
sure
I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah,
and,
but
congrats there, Claudio. Alessandro's letting me know that you got the part.
woo! Yeah.
Let me hear. I want to hear you do the line.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't want. Nah,
Come on, sell us a pickle.
Nah. Want a pickle with me?
Gabash. What a pickle with Mickey Rodent.
That's a reference to a very, very old
subversive 1960s comic book.
a National Lampoon comic strip. Very old comic strip. Like old, like early 70s.
That wasn't the one that was it wasn't it Mickey Rat and
Mickey Rodent.
Okay. What was
this was not
R. Crumb one?
No, yeah, R. Crumb was a different one. This was a one-off National Lampoon back of the magazine cartoon strip series, and yeah, it was like it was so off the hook. I can't even begin to describe how it was. It was like National Lampoon back then was an offshoot of the Harvard Lampoon. It had these really like very young, very doped up writers and artists, but this particular strip was really like off the hook. It was like, holy shit, how did they come up with this stuff, you know?
They by the way, there's a what is the Netflix series? There's a Netflix not a series, it's a movie, it's a biography of the guy that started National Lampoon, including the movies, including working with the not quite ready for primetime players who eventually became the cast of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, there was a lot of cross pollination between National Lampoon, the Radio Hour, SNL. Like Gilda Radner was on the National Lampoon Radio Hour. Jane Curtin was on there. Belushi did some stints. Chase was on there. There was I have some albums I have some like record albums like old National Lampoon Comedy Hour compilations, and they had like so many people on there. It's like you look at these people, they were the genesis of Saturday Night Live. And all the National Lampoon movies like Animal House and National Lampoon Vacations and all that stuff, that's all offshoots from these people, and some of them were brilliant, some of them were just like off the hook.
A Futile and Stupid Gesture. That's the name of the movie that's on
Netflix.
Not on Netflix. I think it was brilliantly cast. It's got a lot of great history, yet remains funny and entertaining while doing it. So I do recommend watching that for those of you who are watching us for our recommendations.
I just want to mention that everybody knows Bill Murray, right? He was on SNL. He was also on the National Lampoon Radio Hour, but Bill Murray's brother, Brian Doyle Murray, was mostly a writer. He was not a performer. He was mostly a writer for both the National Lampoon, and he wrote some stuff for SNL too. And this guy was, his brain was just like, oh my God, how can you come up with these crazy ideas? And you know, it's like, I remember there's this one recurring skit that he had written, and I'm trying to remember who performed it, where he was, the whole premise was, let's imagine what it would be like if this, and it was always a singer and with background singers or something like that. And he says, what if he was going along singing and he had needles pushed into his eyes? And then you guys start singing, and he just screamed. And that was the whole bit. And he just kept doing the same bit over and over and over again from different shows. And it was like, wow, you're really fucked up.
There's one member of the first season of Saturday Night Live cast who's also one of the writers, because they all worked on the writing team as well.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase was originally only supposed to be a writer.
Yes.
And they they felt that him being promoted to the cast. Never mind. That's Saturday Night Live scuttlebutt or history. The one guy was incredibly subversive as a writer, but he's probably most famous for the sketch of teaching in immigrant English with John Belushi. So John Belushi comes in and he's instructing, and then he has the heart attack. So John Belushi, as a student, has the heart attack. But he was balding. He was older. He smoked a pipe.
I know. Okay, I know who you mean. I know who you mean. Oh God. Yeah, I know who you mean.
Bernard is saying you have to dig out reading Dostoevsky's The Idiot by Bill Murray off the Lampoon album.
Oh yeah. Some of the stuff that they put out as
we
the
just
National
mentioned
Lampoon
vinyl,
Radio Hour.
by the way. So
yeah, vinyl.
Yeah. Other than fetish clothing, that's you know what kids today. That's what they think of vinyl. Oh yeah, it's clothing that you can wipe sperm off easily.
Yes, exactly.
What?
Yeah,
right.
There was also another great writer for National Lampoon at the time too, who became a very much of a political pundit, and wrote for the New Yorker, wrote for Rolling Stone, P.J. O'Rourke.
P.J. O'Rourke. Yeah, P.J. O'Rourke, though, you know what? I would consider him proto right wing, as much as he wrote for the
I agree.
And whatnot.
But again, he was very much tongue in cheek and like heavily tongue in cheek on so many things. Even his right wing stuff was always like a wink and a nod to something, you know.
Yeah, he was no Hunter S. Thompson.
No, hell, no, not by any stretch of the imagination.
He wanted to be the right wing version of Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, but he wasn't even close.
I just want to interject.
Hunter S. was like, whoa! I knew floors are vital.
Yeah, so he's be able to clean up easily after he's working.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, AC.
Hearing you and Mike talk about this kind of stuff really makes me realize like how you guys feel when Claudio and I talk about anime.
No.
You go.
Look, I was the one who informed you about the not the My Hero Academia, but the Demon Slayer movie, and how it's so huge. Or maybe it's the My Hero Academia movie that sold out. But the Demon Slayer movie takes place between seasons 1 and 2, so you have to watch it at some point. I haven't seen it yet. I just know that it's something I have to watch. While you're in the big square, can you give us a little bit of hold it. Bernard is telling me to do less drugs.
No, I think he was.
Less drugs
I think
than Hunter S. Thompson.
On Hunter, than Hunter S. Yes.
Yeah, that's because Hunter S. Thompson has done all the drugs. There's none left for anyone else. Keith Richards is pissed. There is. Sorry, we're making references that these poor young fellows can't get.
I know.
What is a hidden anime gem that is on Netflix? Like, because Netflix is pretty much accessible for most everybody. You are the anime expert that is here. What would you mention as something good to get people into anime that's on Netflix?
A hidden gem on Netflix, or like a good starter series? Because there's a big difference.
Starter. Give me one of both. A hidden gem and a good starter.
I mean, like
there's which though.
I mean, there is the classic Death Note. Like that's kind of a starter anime for a lot of people. But if you want to watch something a little bit more contemporary, I would highly recommend Parasite. It's a bit. I mean, it's got a bit of a gore. No, not at all. It's kind of gory, but it's very intellectual, and really, it's got some great artwork and action. It's really impressive. It's like one of my favorite series. There's also Devilman Crybaby. I would also really highly recommend that one. As far as like hidden gems go, I'm not really sure about that. I guess a good starter would be like if you want something silly, you want something funny. There was what was that one with the psychic? I think his name is Psyche.
No,
Something like that.
What are you talking about? Like Mob Psycho?
No, oh no, not that one.
That's a companion to One Punch Man, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
it's I'm thinking of Psyche K. He's like a pink-haired psychic who's super overpowered. Speaking of being overpowered,
Like
it's very silly, very funny. Yeah, that's a good like beginner friendly kind of like. I wouldn't consider it to be like a high tier anime, but it's pretty good. There's a lot of stuff. Like it really all depends on what you're interested in. Yeah, I also like. I mean, Netflix is still like I'd say their anime game is pretty good so far, but they still have a lot of room for improvement. It's a real shame that they're taking out JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because that's another one that's like a really good series that I would highly recommend for someone starting off. But unfortunately, like I think in about a week, I think on the 27th, they're planning on taking it off Canadian Netflix. So yeah.
So binge it now.
Binge it now as soon as you can. Otherwise, go watch it on like something else.
Death Note, there's no real heroes. They're all pretty shitty.
Well,
okay, and some no one has heard about. Okay, Hunter S. Thompson has done all the drugs, including some that no one has heard about.
Yes.
It was him and Paul Krasner, sort of both were the first two people I know that mentioned ayahuasca. Which is a real drug or medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on
he was also quite taken with adrenochrome, which I don't know what exactly that it's like
veterinarian pharmaceuticals.
Yeah,
as well.
pharmaceuticals. Yeah.
I have to, if I could recommend like an anime, is Nichijou. Nichijou is a great one. It's nice and silly. I don't know if it's on Netflix. It's an older one now, but it's a day in the life type one, but the story is got a lot of silly. The animation is incredible. It changes styles at times to really kind of set mood. But it's about 4 friends going to school, all girls going to school, but turns out one is a robot. I'm spoiling a little bit by saying that. And there's a teacher who wants to like study her, but the teacher's sort of incompetent. Like they fill up a cup with a drug that they think might knock out the robot, and then they fill it up and they go, "Oh, that's too full," and they poison themselves. There's a lot of like little classic kind of
waste not, want not.
Yeah. So there's all these kind of things that are happen in that show, and it's got a lot of funny visual gags, and the characters are great. So I'll mention Nichijou just to keep up my geek cred, as in only Claudio and AC know anything about anime. All right, hey, Melanie.
Hi, Melanie.
Asaf,
hey, Melanie.
Hey guys, I guess I'm not as much into the Shoujo? No, not Shoujo. What's Shoujin?
Shoujo.
No, Shoujo?
Shoujo, shonen.
Shonen. What? Yeah, that's right. Shonen trash. Yeah, shonen.
Think like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, that kind of stuff. All the stuff that Andrew likes.
Yeah, all the stuff that's geared to pre-adolescent boys. That's
oh my.
pre-adolescent, like pre-adolescent.
Okay.
Okay. All right. If we're just being awkward now,
we'll all be awkward. Yes.
And someone's gonna start talking soon. All right, let's do this.
So Claudio, what's and we welcome everybody who's tuning in. Thank you for saying hi. I see actually a couple more people have joined in. Just do exactly what Melanie did and say hi in the chat. Let us know you're here. If you have any questions for us, give it to us. Claudio, do you have any recommendations of what people can watch or activities now that the weather's getting nicer that people can do while to help kind of defeat all this?
Well, I mean,
noisy ice drinker, Mike.
Well, honestly, to watch, not really. I haven't really been watching Netflix or well, besides Justice League was the only film that I've seen. But like it's a beautiful day. Just honestly, keep yourself occupied, and if you're when you're planning on going back and when everything opens up again soon, eventually soon, get back into working on jokes or go outside and just write jokes or just write like ideas for a sketch or for a film. As I mentioned, that's what I've been doing. I went to a park and I brought my laptop and I've just been writing for an hour and a half. Like that's besides just posting stuff, like positive stuff, because that's what I've been realizing. I'm like, you know what, like, yeah, with my anxiety again kicking in, I'm like, you know what, let me just take this as a positive note. So just, I want to help everyone that I can. Like, hey guys, it's a beautiful day. Smile if you or go out if you can. Like just keeping positive and just going, just going to a park and just enjoying just the fresh air, just sitting, sitting at a at those tables or chairs and just write.
Which is good. I kind of want to point out something Claudio made a good kind of reference to is if we keep on posting like just problems or that's not just feeding our own anxiety, that's also feeding the anxiety of others.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you'll get your Facebook or your Instagram memories or whatever pop up, and it's only going to remind you about the crap time. So
yeah,
if something positive happens in your day, make sure you post about it.
Exactly.
It's, I know it's everyone says your online media life is your best life kind of stuff, which I don't think that's really a bad thing, and I don't think it's bad to, like, if you're struggling to kind of reach out for help, but like do that, but you don't need to you can do that a bit more privately rather than doing I don't want to call it a pity post, and also those pity posts will come back to remind you later. But reach out to friends, because Claudio, you can contact me.
Yeah, same, vice versa. Yes,
and I'm not. My schedule is kind of crazy and all over the place, but I always do try to get back to you to do stuff. Mike,
yeah,
you're on your own, son.
Oh my!
No, you do. Anyone, people can just realize that I got my own problems. I'm just not talking about them often. So yeah, just
that's important.
Everybody be strong. We've been at this for close to an hour now.
Yeah.
Is there any wrap up, any final stuff? AC, are you happy that you actually came on this, and even though you found out you're not being interviewed?
I'm a little relieved about that, not gonna lie, but I really enjoyed this. I think it's nice to just just shoot the shit and check in, right?
Yeah, well, that's what
we can't do it in person.
Yeah,
right now.
Exactly. But you know what? As I mentioned, when things finally open up, then I can't wait to see all of you in person. I mean, Alex, I see you time to time in person. Like
once in a while,
yeah. But I'm saying, Paul, Mike, like when everything opens up, we'll be like, oh man, like I haven't seen you for a year.
Things are moving though. Things are there is progression going on. I mean, I just got a reminder on my phone that tomorrow I'm getting my vaccine. Nice. So it's like so there things are happening. They're just everything's taking its time.
Exactly.
And the one thing when you're in a bad situation is that time seems to drag.
Yeah, exactly.
People are saying that this past year has been a decade long.
Exactly.
Talking about time dragging, in 60 seconds, AC, can you give a summary of your thesis that you've been working on?
Okay, so I'm actually looking at stand-up comedy, and so I'm doing a master's in teaching, and I'm looking at whether the techniques of stand-up comedy could apply in the classroom management context. That's really what I'm looking at. So
cool. Which considering there's a number of people who've been teachers who've moved into stand-up comedy in Canada. I mean, Jerry D really speaks to mind. My guest last Thursday on They Talk Funny, Allison June Smith, was a teacher first. Actually, the guest on Tuesday, though he didn't start out as Did I just say
Oot.
oot? Did I
You just said
yeah,
oot.
yeah, you definitely said oot.
What the fuck? All right.
God damn it, Paul. What the
All
hell?
right. He didn't start out intending to be a teacher, but he became a teacher of English as a second language and moved to Korea, and that's where he actually started stand-up comedy. Was in Korea. He is from Newfoundland, so I pity the kids that learned how to speak English with a Newfoundland / Korean accent. But he's now based out of Bangkok, and for the past 5 years, stand-up comedy has been his only income. And he actually has a special on Amazon Prime called Big in Asia, because he's 6'3" from Newfoundland, and he is one of the top English comedians in Asia. Yeah.
That's nothing to
He's a
scoff
buddy that I
at,
could
you know?
call it. Yeah. So he's there. And there was one question though. I don't. One question he answered that I don't. Do we have time? Can I?
Go ahead.
There was one question because he casually kind of mentioned that he's living in Thailand, which is a military dictatorship.
Yeah.
And so I asked him about political comedy. He says, "Oh yeah, there's some at the smaller clubs / open mics, public speaking things, but I don't do it because it's not worth it to my freedom." And that says a lot about
Yeah, Thailand. Yeah, Thai prisons are not a place you want to like tourists. Like I don't want to be on that bucket list.
Yeah, you know what, and just to finish the just to end on this, for me, I want to avoid doing political jokes because for me, like if you're gonna come go see a comedy show, you want to there's a different type of comedy, but for me, like politics is out the window. I'm like, I'm not. The last thing I want after a show is someone come up to me and goes, well, I disagree with what you said, and who knows, that person might be a nut job and punch me in the face because they disagree with the joke they've done. So I'm like, I'm avoiding politics at all costs. That's just for me. So
yeah, but telling people to wash their hands is now considered political by some people.
Yeah, exactly.
Telling people
or wear a mask or stay 6 feet away.
Which is ludicrous. I just let's make the world a better place by example. And I think political comedy has a valid place, and it doesn't have to be aligned with a political party. Being a good person shouldn't be political, but it has been made political by so many people. Yeah, I know I'm coming down heavy. We are in extra time here. We've been over an hour. I'm leaving my final thought. Is everybody else cool? Are you all set? Are you all good?
We're good.
No, we're good. Yeah.
All right. So next Tuesday we're going to be here again. Anyone is welcome to kind of join in with us. We didn't kind of send that out clear enough earlier, I suppose. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching it on the repeat. If you're lawyers trying to find things to screw us for, let's see.
Did they
I got no money.
Were they giving away plot hooks? I don't know.
Or anything of that nature. So please be good. Wear your mask. Get your shots. Even after you get your shot, wear your mask. Wash your hands.
Yes. Continue to do so. Yes.
And if you don't want to go out, if you don't want to wear your mask, just don't go out. It's that simple.
Yay.
Yeah.
Wisdom from Claudio. AC, final thought?
Final thought, Alex?
Well, thanks for having me on.
You know what? I'm going to call you Claudio 2 times because I say something and then Claudio repeats it for a second time. There it is. Claudio 2 times. He's Claudio 2 times. He's here, right? Where's Claudio?
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't do it that time. All right. That's it. You all have a pleasant week. We'll check in. You can also check out tonight. I'm going to be talking with Corey Mack. Next Tuesday evening, I'm going to be talking with Andrew Albert. My good buddy, the Love Doctor, is doing his show on, what is it? Tomorrow night. That's Wednesday night. Saturday, the Love Doctor and myself are going to be participating in a 12-hour marathon live stream with Burlesque, and you can go to ViewStub. It's called the Telethon. Telethon presents Spring Break, and so it's a Spring Break show. and it's raising money for Stella. So it's a charity event raising money for Stella. And
Good.
next week, Andrew Albert is going to be my 49th guest on They Talk Funny, and I'm hoping to announce having a big guest for the 50th episode.
Nice.
As well. Cheers.
Later,
As well.
everyone. See you next week.